Hey guys, it's Casey. Today I am working with some crushed shell, this little crystal edge. It says it's a tray mold, but it's more like a coaster mold, and some alcoholics. First, I'm going to mix up my crushed shell, and then I'm going to add my alcohol ink straight to the mold. And then I'm going to pour in just a little bit of resin around the edge to disperse the inks, and then add in my crushed shell and spread it out. And then I'm going to top it off with some of the clear resin. I didn't want anything protruding, so I took a little bit of that shell back out. But I'm going to just move it around, try to blend these alcohol inks a little bit, and move on to project number 2 with my leftover resin. I've already made some earrings out of the crushed shell, but I've got 2 different colors here that I'm going to use, and I'm going to make this cute little mold. I've dropped a drop of purple alcohol ink down in the horn of this mold. This is a little unicorn, and I'm pouring in my pink pigment, and I'm just going to sit here and mush this horn and make sure that the resin gets down in there. And then I'm going to pour in my brown pigment, and then I'm just going to layer it all the way to the top with the pinks and the brown. So I'll go pink a little bit, brown a little bit. I've seen Michelle do this a lot on her channel, and hers always comes out so brilliant. I didn't know if I could get it to come out quite as brilliant as hers, but I'm going to give it a shot. She does the best little miniatures I've ever seen. I always love watching her channel. She's Glitz and Glitter, if you haven't heard of her. Glitz and Glitter by Michelle. Her and her husband do some fantastic stuff on her channel. Okay, back to this. I am topping it up with this pink here, and I'm going to add some more brown, it looks like, because it's still missing its little tail. And I've got to get it up enough into that tail so I can squeeze that tail and make sure I get all the air out of it. And then I'm going to move on over to demolding. Well, I've got to put a back on this, so I'm going with the Color Pro by Specialty Resin. I do have a discount for that down in the description box. It is one of the only clear polyurethane resins you can buy that you can tint yourself. I am just going with some white alcohol ink this time. I know you can buy it in white, but I prefer to tint my own. This way I can go purple, pink, blue, green, whatever color I desire, and not be stuck with just white. But the white in it is always brilliant. This is going to be a very transparent white, since I was using alcohol inks to tint it. I didn't have my pigment paste handy, so I went with the alcohol ink, and the alcohol ink looks good. It's just very transparent, and I put quite a lot of it in there. I didn't want to overdo it, and it messed with the resin, so I just put in as much as I thought it could handle and left it transparent. But I went ahead and added part B, and now I'm mixing part B of this 2-part polyurethane resin over. And you got to mix it for about 30 seconds or until you feel it getting warm in your hand. That's what I do. Mix it until it's warm in my hand. Once I feel the heat from it, I know it is ready to pour. So I just keep mixing until it's ready. As soon as it gets warm, I wipe off my stick and I get it off into the mold as soon as I can. And this one, I wasn't sure if it needed a back or not. It's one of those that steps down on the edge. And I honestly think it could have been fine without the back. But I'm going to go ahead and fill up some of these little earring molds with this leftover resin and try to top this up. I just don't know if it can hold anymore. And then I'm going to move on. I did have a little bit extra, and I made this little bitty bird. I ordered the bird molds from Temu, and I thought it was going to be a full-size bird, like the size of your hand. And I get it, and it's like the size of a coin. I got Temu'd, that's for sure. And here is this. Is this not gorgeous, guys? It can be used as a coaster. It can be used as a little bitty trinket tray. But I think it's the perfect size for a coaster. And I love those gems on the sides. You see what I'm saying about that bottom area? How it steps off. I don't think it needed to be poured. But I wasn't sure. So I went ahead and filled it up. Okay, we're going to look at this little bird that I made. Isn't it adorable? I mean, it's the size of a coin, but it's adorable. And here's the little unicorn. I went ahead and demolded him. My marbling didn't come out as fantastic as Michelle's. I knew it probably wouldn't, but it still came out pretty cool. And then here's the earrings. Aren't those pretty? I really love those. And then I've got some little brown and pink ones that I made with the leftover brown and pink. I didn't have much of it left. And I'm going to show you this tray up close one more time. I really love how this tray come out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.